Hi, and welcome to the Frugal Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Serious Eats foolproof pan pizza. I live in Chicago where pizza is a big deal, and this is literally the best pizza I've ever eaten. My husband Scott makes it all the time, and we're going to show you how to do it. You're going to need either a cast iron pan like this, or you can use a cake pan. This is like a 8 by 2 inch cake pan. You can probably use a square one as well because I don't think that matters. People eat square pizza all the time. So this is something that you normally prepare in the evenings before, the day before you decide we're going to have pizza. Mix it really well and smash it down like you hate it.
This is folding. They also have hands.
Does it have to be a sealed cover, or can it be
Yes.
cloth? No? Okay. So if you don't want to waste plastic, could you put it in a Tupperware?
It needs to be big enough for the dough to rise,
So a large Tupperware container.
but you don't want it to dry out, so I guess you could use a wet towel.
A wet towel will probably dry out after 8 hours. I would do a Tupperware lid if you wanted to avoid single-use plastic. Crust or thicker dough base, and there's a very crunchy kind of crust to it, so it's definitely tastier and not as, I don't know, like make you feel weird after you eat it like regular fast food pizza does. And so now you're covering it with plastic wrap. I guess this is the only thing you could use for this, right? Because you need a tight, almost airtight seal.
You could cover it with a wet cloth as well. You just need something to prevent the dough from drying out because it can't rise if the surface dries out.
How long does it stay like this?
At least 2 hours before you cook it.
Okay, so you could use a wet cloth. I've done that with other bread recipes, and you just might have to come back and re-wet the cloth. All right, so the dough has done its rising in the pan. We usually, whenever we make this recipe on weekdays, we'll do the dough cover it one night, and then the next morning we'll put it in the pan, let it rise while we're at work, and then we come home and cook the pizza. I think you said it takes half an hour after the oven's heated up to what temperature?
550.
550. All right. We will see you shortly. That's the pizza sauce. How much do you have to put in?
The cans are 15 ounces, so I divide it into 3 5-ounce portions.
So 5 ounces on one pizza.
5 or 6 ounces. I think the recipe calls for 6 ounces, but this works better with the size cans I buy.
And with the size cans you buy, you end up having enough for 3 pizzas, so you freeze the leftovers individually. So that way you make 3 pizzas total with the ingredients you buy. And
with the pizza sauce I buy. The cheese will make
you can buy
more.
cheese in 1 pound, right? Because you said you buy 2 pounds of cheese.
It's about 5 or 6 ounces of sauce and 5 or 6 ounces of cheese.
And how much do you spend on the pizza ingredients approximately?
We figured it works out to about $2 per pie.
$2 a pizza? And it tastes better than Lou Malnati's.
And it actually does help to use the cheese straight out of the freezer rather than thawing it.
Ah.
Lets the crust cook a little bit longer before the cheese overcooks.
So frozen shredded cheese and everything else is defrosted.
Yep.
And we never put any toppings on ours, but you can always put some pepperoni. We have once or twice done jalapenos. I guess if you're crazy, pineapple slices would work as well. Bits of ham, you know, whatever toppings you like.
Way to judge your viewers.
Whatever toppings you like, you can put it on a pizza. Some things go better underneath the cheese, I've noticed, depending on how easily they fall off. But I put most things on top. And that, you'll have to just be the judge of how much to purchase, but...
All right, so now 10 to 12 minutes.
It looks a little darker than usual.
Yeah.
Did we overcook it?
Yeah.
So we put it in there for 10 minutes, and then we kind of eyeballed it to see that the cheese was getting brown as we wanted it to get. And now we're going to cut it with a regular knife. You do not need a pizza knife. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to wait until it cools a little bit more, and then we're going to cut it with a regular knife. No pizza knife necessary. We usually get 8 slices out of this, right?
Yep.
So it makes the recipe itself that makes the 3 pizzas, or the ingredient quantity you're going to need that makes 3 pizzas will end up making a lot of meals for you. Look at that steam. So this is what the crust looks like when you're done. Sometimes we get it a little bit browner, but this is pretty good. Okay. Nice thick dough. Actually, it's not hot anymore. Not too hot anymore, I mean. And that's it. Delicious meal for very cheap. Thank you.